how tall were World War II leaders? Is the video on YouTube. It asks. Well, probably not more tall than you'd expect. Probably a strong man height, but not a size of a nigger, no. Maybe a couple big ones, but mostly just a good man height. I like how this video has NordVPN on it. I love European mind states. Like Canada says they're supposedly like Europe a little bit, but I guess because I know European law too, but I don't have much power comparative to these judges and things, and some of them don't understand it either. Some of the ones that have power are not as intellectual, nor are they as innocent as, say, even myself. I've been to, I think, at least one or two wax museums. Yeah, they're really cool things. You go in and there's all the different celebrities and well-known people are in wax form, and they almost look like they're real. It's so scary. They have such good... They look like they're real, but like maybe even... you think that they might come alive on you is how real some of them look. And most of them have Hitler. I remember seeing Hitler in the wax museum, and other people, Shaq or somebody really tall, whatever. And then I went to several different things like that, fairs and whatever. I even went to one fair that had the freak shows and all that. Giant horse and the freak show. We went to one of those. I can't remember what state that was in, but that was the most different. I only went to one fair like that. I've been to a medieval fair that was medieval, like with horses and all that. I've of course been to the medieval show or whatever and eat the food in the stands. But this one, there's food around, but it's a medieval fair, like with rides and whatever. Not many rides though, but mostly people are running around in medieval stuff, and they're selling medieval themed things. And I went to the celebrity one in Niagara Falls, the wax museum, or Orlando. I went to one in Orlando too. I've been all around the United States and Canada. I see Joseph Stalin here. He was 5'6". So that's 5'6" is a little bit short. To me, because I'm a little bit taller. But yeah, I've noticed that about a lot of great people, they're relatively short or whatever. Some of them, Rick Ross. You would think he was taller. No, he's very short as well. Like a 5'6" or a 5'8" or whatever, 5'9" even. And even my brother, he's not very tall either, and he's a ruthless individual. That's what it says in this. We're seeing how tall the World War II leaders were. Winston Churchill, he was 5 feet 6.5 inches. I have always been a fan of Winston, and I've been corrected. I'm much larger than Winston when it comes to not only my stature, but my weight and how fat I am. He was known as a bigger man, but he was never as fat as I am. I see a picture of him when he was much older. He started to get the chin and whatnot. But that's one thing. But somebody has compared me to Winston Churchill before. They said, like, you're much like a Winston Churchill or something like that to me. I can't remember. It must have been at school. Now I'm seeing Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong. He was a guy, okay, I see Adolf Hitler. Or Adolf. He looks great. I wish Justin Trudeau was more like Adolf. Or Adolf. I've always called him Adolf. 5 feet 8.5 inches. He's much taller than some of the other ones. And wow, he looked great in this trench coat with the hats that they had. I just love Adolf Hitler and his whole government. I thought it was cool. The logos and symbols are really cool, like with the eagles and whatnot, the German eagle. In America, we love eagles. And a lot of their politics, when it came to things where they were for me, they were on my side, comparative to the other ones where I don't feel like they're on my side. It's flipped upside down right now, and I don't know if it'll ever go back, hopefully. Hopefully there's enough like-minded individuals that make it go back to something good, where if you worked hard and you had the money, then you were entitled without having to worry about these thieves and things that haven't worked hard and got theirs by legal means and do these illegal crimes and whatever to get theirs, and then you get screwed over, and the legal system should be in your favor if you're an innocent, hard-working man of a certain nomenclature. And you have a certain respect for things, and you don't do a certain thing. But I've noticed, like, some people get away with these horrible atrocities, like armed robberies and things, and there's people that are in power that should not even be at the ranks they are. It should be replaced with people that are more appropriate, more skillful, more knowledgeable, people that have better understandings of the world and how it works. Number 1, who is it? Charles de Gaulle. 6'4", he was the shortest during World War II. They say I'm part French, and my last name is French, one of my last names. But yeah, I'm most definitely a part French, but I know they have a lot of Middle Eastern in France too now. But French people are almost a little bit darker. I think that's where I get my darker features from, is the French. And whatever. I'm directly related to Hitler and whatever, but I am also related to Justin and many others. I even have African in me. And so did Hitler have African in him, and he was also Jewish, which I think I'm also a little bit Jewish as well. See, it goes all the way back. It's crazy how everybody started from a certain one. So I didn't understand it in the beginning, and how well you take care of yourself really shows and things, and that's the most important, is how well you take care of yourself. You want to really take care of yourself. You don't want to... Well, you got to listen to your body when your body says, you know what, you need to stop that and rest, or you don't need too much of that, or whatever, and it tries to warn you, you just really need to refrain, and sometimes it feels good. Anyway, I'm starting to enjoy the cycle in which we repair ourselves, and then but I wish I could just go, but sometimes you're going for a really long time, and then eventually, once you do take that rest, you seem to get tireder after that. You seem to get spiked. You seem to rest. It's a long process. Like, you don't have energy like you do at any specific time all the time. You might have a run of good energy for a week or 2 weeks or even a day or whatever, 2 days, 3 days, who knows? But then when you take that rest, you just never feel the same for a really long time. So that's how much money it costs to do things. Like, things are worth a lot more money than people put out because think about if you're doing like anything, you have to pay for the food to fuel your body so you're not hungry while you're working. If you're skillful enough, you should be, by the time you get to a certain age. Like, when you're a kid, you want to figure out all these different skills that are going to help feed you and get you all the things that you need in life. And I wouldn't give up until you get some kind of skills that are going to at least make you above average or whatever. I refrained from the party life for a really long time so that I could figure out more skills and get more educated. I did a lot of different things. I just happened to be really good at the computer. I was trying to figure out what can I do, what am I good at, and because I wanted to make money, I was sort of had this personality. I wanted the nice car, the nice house, the nice everything. I wanted all the cool electronics, I wanted the women, I wanted all that, but I wanted to figure out how to do it. So in the beginning, I would try like skateboarding, and I just couldn't land a trick really that good, and I was like serious about it. I was like, I'm gonna do videos and and I started to dabble into it, but I just never was too good at it. So then I wanted to film other people skateboarding, but that kind of just fell out, and I started video gaming with the skate games and whatever, and Tony Hawk and whatever, and so I was like, okay, I can do the video game thing. But I did make money skateboarding, believe it or not. I got I got one sponsorship, neighborhood community sponsorship, believe it or not, and I wasn't very good. I couldn't even land a kickflip. We got money for that, $100 or something like that total or something, which was decent for snacks and whatever while you're skateboarding. So as a kid, you get that sponsorship, like $100 for snacks and all that when we were skateboarding and all that. Yeah, so me and my friends did that, whatever. And there was a whole bunch of stuff that I did, but to make money, and I used to get big into fingerboarding, like the skateboard that you control with your fingers. Oh, I was very good at that. I noticed I was way better at the fingerboarding with the fingers than I was to skateboarding, and the fingerboarding started taking off. $150, $200 to buy one of these really professional wooden fingerboards and all that everybody wanted, that had seen online. They started getting, it's got gigantic, the fingerboards online and everything. So I did that for a while, and that proved to be pretty profitable, but nothing to create or have. It basically got those fundamentals of the fundamentals needed to maybe take it to different avenues, and you're only strapped on so much time, so your brain can only do so much at one time. And my dad, I built it. The girls laughed at me in school, the guys laughed at me in school, everybody laughed at me, the teachers, everybody doubted me. They even removed me from the yearbook in school and everything like that while I was building this website. And then my dad told me I had to cancel the website, and the website was great. I still have images from it and everything, and it had the store and it had the forum and all that. And my dad was a psychotic, and he still is, and I don't trust him at all. He had me delete the forum or whatever, and that was my first project, and it would have been a profitable. Luckily, I've recovered. Believe it or not, this project was from like 2007 or 2008, and I've recovered a lot of images for it. I could redo the website and a PSD image for making the website. I had it backed up, believe it or not, and I recovered this up photo bucket from years and years ago. And so I got that, but I already had the whole website forum side built, and I just had to build the store. That could have been a thing my dad come in and say, like Mike Schneider, he could have said, okay, we're going to do this fingerboard store online and all that, but he didn't want nothing in it. He was idiotic. And he ruined that for me, and then that's when I said I have to leave Tennessee, I have to go to Canada. I can't be anywhere near my dad, he's an idiot. He says he's an Amish or whatever, but he's just a complete idiot altogether when it comes to money and all that. I love the guy, I like his politics sort and all that, but when it came to business, he's kind of an idiot. Well, technically, I don't know if it was an accident. They say it was an accident, but his father died. My grandfather died because my dad was backing him up, like giving him the signal to back him up, and he hit a power line out in Hillsburg, Ontario. That's in Canada, and that was my grandfather. I never got to meet him. And it was my dad that was backing him up or whatever, but it got called an accident and my grandfather died and whatever. And my grandfather was a decent businessman. He built his house, which was considered a country mansion, they consider it, because it was like 4 or 5 bedrooms or whatever. They built that with their hands, and it was a nice build. And I grew up sort of in that house for a couple of years when I was a baby and getting to be a toddler and whatever. And that was our property. Originally, it was a big, vast property out in Hillsburg, and some of my family still lives there with vast amounts of property and whatnot. But our piece of property that was given to my grandfather when he married my grandmother Then it got given to my father or whatever, because my father's brother had also died. His name was Gary Sloat. He died out in Alberta, but he was originally from Ontario. He was doing oil rig, like oil drilling for oil and whatnot, and he got his clothing got caught in the rig, or what, not the rig, but the drill thing that drills into the ground, and it pulled him right in and basically catastrophically killed him, because it just tore him up. He got stuck in it, and so it went to my father. And I also have an auntie, my father's sister, but some property went to her, but not the big property. And there was like another, it was like a pretty big barn, and then it got renovated and whatnot in Hillsburg, inside the city. And she had a lot of stuff stored there, but they ended up selling it. But I grew up there as well. This was in town, but we also own whatever. But the family owns like whatever 100 amount of acres still over in that area, just not that specific little piece. My dad ended up selling it and going to Florida. We all moved to Florida I moved for 5 to 6 years, and then my dad lived there further after, and then Tennessee as well. But then I came back to Canada. I had to get away from my dad. He ruined my internet projects. We could have been millionaires. I wanted to be like, okay, we got to own our own property and all that, but your son is going to like create these internet businesses so I can have a car and have a house of my own and a wife and kids and food and all that. But no, my dad just didn't want to do it. So I didn't have the support of my dad like a lot of people do, where you can save all your money and pay your dad maybe a little bit of rent and give him gifts and give him. But no, I have to pay everybody like business. So it's big money paying rent and all that, Airbnb and all the other ones. Even when I rented my own houses and things, costs a lot of money, a lot more money than you would pay if you lived on your father's property or whatnot. Like if you built a small home on your father's land, he owns it, he ain't going to really charge you much money to live on his land or whatever, right? He's got lots of land, he's your blood father, you know? Yeah, so you would save a lot more money, because I know some people that do it, and they're doing more than swell. But that was one thing. I had to get away from my dad and start building, and then I got a couple more successful. It's really popped off in 2011. My brother and me started this music company, and that popped off in 2011, and then 2012 really popped off for me when it came to my marketing. I always knew I'd be really good at marketing, but I tested my marketing with John Gotti, and that's my brother who makes music. And we did that in the studio. I was there from the very beginning, from the making of the name to the making of the music to everything, and then putting it online and getting the CDs out and the merchandise and everything. I was there for everything. From the very beginning, from the very first, even from Florida. And when my brother John Gotti was in Florida, he just knew he could rap. He was skilled. My brother was skilled. Like, my brother could do skateboarding. Like, he could have been a professional skateboarder, okay? Like, if I had a video camera back then, like, he used to do the highest tricks, like laser flips and 360 flips and kick flips, like super high, like professional skateboarder high, like jump real, not like some people do it really low. Like, he used to jump like amazingly high with his tricks and whatever. Hockey, and then he started rapping and all this. It's like, I don't know where the investors are. They should have been like moving everything me and my brother do, because we're money. Like, if you would have got my brother's life, he would have been like another Wayne Gretzky in Canada. We're talking millions and millions of dollars made. But nobody's out there videoing us and whatever. A lot of the time we have to do it all ourselves and pay for it all ourselves and all that. There should be directors on it, man, because they could put out their own, and boom, that's monetization money. You're a millionaire. just from capturing those type of things. Like John Gotti, capture a music video, you're talking millions, hundreds of thousands. I'm making money on it. If it's every video you get. If John Gotti's already got a song out, go film him. Boom, you got a video. Boom, you're talking money monetization on YouTube. Boom, you're already rich. Like, that's all it is. Like, even with my stuff, entertainment, like any little thing or whatever is gonna make money or whatever with our names and whatnot. But I watched that one. That was a good one. That Nazi one, how tall the World War II. It wasn't just Nazis, it was all World War II people. I sometimes say, I don't know how Badlands Chugs drinks so much, but I drank like 1.5 bottles of pop and I'm good. But I ate a lot of food. I ate like a steak sandwich, garlic mashed potatoes, and that big burger I just ate, but I didn't eat them all at the same time. I spaced it out like an hour or whatever, 2 hours or whatever, and I smoked and whatnot. But Badlands goes nuts, bro. Like, he needs to slow down or he is going to end up fucking like getting a heart attack or something. But he goes hard. I listened to one of his raps earlier. He's like, I thought only Dame Drops did the raps, but no, Badlands Chugs was rapping too. But he's got to slow down for sure, man. Like, he needs to show us that he is eating like normal food or even spacing out. Like, you just can't drink that much pop or soda pop, man. That's a lot of soda pop. Oh my god, AOKD gets into a brawl after a goon tries to snatch something from him. This guy, like, steady. He needs to, like, but that is AOKD. Like, oh, he's wearing that same Gucci jacket everybody's got. John Gotti's got that Gucci jacket. AOKD's got that Gucci jacket now. And a lot of people, Mad Child was wearing that Gucci jacket. A lot of people is wearing these Gucci jackets. Oh my gosh, they're attacking. That's the thing, Ayo. Like, I would run out of there watching this one. Ooh, there's a bigger guy swinging. I would get out. And then next thing you know, somebody pulls out a gun or whatever, says it's like self-defense and shoots. It's like, you just can't be in these areas. But some people have no other choice. Like, that's where they are. They're homeless or whatever, and the club's open or whatever, I think. Like, I swear to God, it's like that. These niggas are homeless and they're just like at the club, like, that's where they live or whatever. And then they just like go sleep on the curb or whatever. But here's Ayo's in his apartment or whatever. But he don't get, that's what it's like out there, you know what I mean? Like, his ass needs to be fucking get in his video and get the hell out of there, because